All right, today we are diving deep into a story you think you know, the Knights Templar. But trust me, we're going to uncover an incredible legend hiding just beneath the surface. We're talking about a story of ancient secrets and a mission that could literally change the world.
Okay, so let's get right into it. You've basically got two sides to the story. On one hand, you have the official history, right? The humble warrior monks, poor guys just trying to protect pilgrims. But then you have the legend. And the legend says they were actually guardians of some kind of world-changing ancient technology, a secret quest for knowledge so powerful it could rewrite everything we know. So, the official story, the one you'll find in most history books, kicks off around the year 1118. And it starts with this tiny group, just a small band of 9 knights. They took vows of poverty, chastity, the whole deal. And their mission? Well, on paper, it was pretty simple. Just protect Christian travelers on those super dangerous roads leading to Jerusalem.
Right. But the legend says that whole noble cause, just a front. A really, really good cover story for a mission that was much deeper and way more secret. Which brings us to the big question, doesn't it? What were they actually doing in Jerusalem all that time?
Okay, so let's talk about that real mission. This is where the story takes a turn into the extraordinary. The legend claims that the founder of the Templars, a French nobleman named Hugues de Pans, got initiated into this super-secret order over in Constantinople. They were called the Brothers of the East. And these guys, the Brothers of the East, they supposedly held on to some pretty incredible knowledge. We're talking about the last surviving secrets of a highly advanced, ancient global civilization that got wiped out in a great flood. You guessed it, Atlantis. And the tech they talked about? I mean, it sounded like straight-up magic. Things like instant communication, levitating massive objects, even the secret to limitless energy.
So, the Brothers of the East gave to Paines and his knights their secret assignment. Step 1, get to Jerusalem. Step 2, set up your headquarters right on the Temple Mount, the old site of Solomon's Temple. Step 3, start digging. Their real mission was to excavate those ruins and find the lost, powerful artifacts of Atlantis and make sure they didn't fall into the wrong hands.
And they did this for almost 10 years. While a few Templars were out on the roads, keeping up appearances, the main group was secretly digging deep, deep under the city. And what they supposedly found down there, well, it was beyond anything anyone could have possibly imagined.
Okay, get this. They supposedly unearthed artifacts that are the stuff of legend. We're talking the Ark of the Covenant. But not just the Ark. The legend says there were 10 of them. They found the Holy Grail, the Spear of Destiny, all of it. They even found these ancient texts that explained crazy alchemical secrets, like how to create this white powder called manna. Apparently, it was some kind of superconductor that could be used for limitless energy and even levitation.
Now, as absolutely insane as all that sounds, all those incredible power-granting artifacts, that wasn't even the most world-shattering secret they dug up from under Jerusalem. Not even close.
The legend says they found an ossuary, that's a bond box, and inside were the remains of Jesus, Mary Magdalene, and their children. Just think about that for a second. This was physical proof of something that would completely shatter the foundations of the Catholic Church. The very people sponsoring them. This was knowledge that was just way, way too dangerous to let out.
So, we know from history that the Templars basically invented international banking. They got super rich and powerful, but the legends suggest their power wasn't just from banking. It was supercharged by all this secret tech they found. And that combination, well, it made them more powerful than kings, more powerful than popes, and that, of course, made them a huge target.
So the King of France, Philip IV, owed the Templars a ton of money. So he conspired with the Pope, a Pope he basically put in power himself, and on Friday, October 13th, 1307, yep, this is where that whole superstition comes from, he had Templar leaders all over France arrested. They were brutally tortured to get them to confess to all sorts of crazy stuff, and in the end, their Grandmaster was burned at the stake.
But here's the amazing twist in the legend. The Templars had spies everywhere, so they knew the arrests were coming down the pike. The night before the big raid, their entire fleet of ships just vanished, slipped right out of the port of La Rochelle, taking all the treasure, all the artifacts, and all that ancient knowledge with them. They left the king with basically nothing but a handful of knights and a bunch of empty vaults. So, even though they were officially disbanded, the order didn't really die. No way. It just went underground. It broke up into smaller groups to keep the real mission going in secret, far away from any greedy kings or popes. They basically started hiding in plain sight. They either joined other orders or just created new ones to protect all that knowledge. I mean, it was a brilliant survival strategy. Over in Portugal, boom, they're the Knights of Christ. In Scotland, their traditions became a huge part of the Freemasons. The legend even ties them to the Rosicrucians in Germany, and get this, maybe even the first Vikings and pirates. That classic skull and crossbones flag, the story says that was the Templar naval flag.
And the clues of their survival and their secret trips are kind of scattered all over the place. You've got Rosslyn Chapel in Scotland, built way back in 1446. It's got these clear carvings of corn and other plants from North America, decades before Columbus ever set sail. And then, all the way over in Minnesota, there's the Kensington Runestone. It's dated to 1362 and seems to tell the story of Viking Templars exploring deep into the continent. More and more evidence that they were in the Americas long before we thought.
And this isn't just ancient history. According to a man named Timothy Hogan, who's the Grandmaster of a modern Templar order, all this stuff, the treasure, the knowledge, it's all real. He says it's being kept safe in vaults all over the world, and that the plan was always to share it with everybody, but only when the time was right.
See, this was never about them hoarding power or getting rich. The legend says the ultimate goal, the whole point of all of this, has always been something huge, to bring in a new golden age for all of us, using the advanced tech from Atlantis to create a world without poverty, war, or disease. A world of total abundance.
So, that's where we're left. It is an absolutely fantastic story, right? This secret order, protecting knowledge that could build a utopia, all pieced together from centuries of myths and whispers. But at the end of the day, without hard proof, it's still a legend. So what do you think? Are the artifacts, the bones, the vaults, are they real? Or is this just one of the greatest stories ever told?